Namo Shanti. We were just chanting Namo Shanti, Namo Shanti. What are we singing? I bow to the peace. I bow to the peace. I bow to the peace. That's what we were chanting. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samsthita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha. I bow to the goddess residing in each heart in the form of peace. I bow to you. I bow to you. People come here from all over the world. Babaji, I'm looking for peace. We go all over, all kinds of things we do. What are we looking for? Well, I'm looking for peace. You look for something that you have lost. And I woke up this morning with this thought in my head. A penny earned is a penny saved. No, the other way around. A penny saved is a penny earned. Huh? A penny saved is a penny earned. How do we lose our peace? And if you look at the spiritual world, everybody is looking for that in so many different ways. And if we look at it and try to make it very, very simple, how do we lose it? What is the main cause that robs it from us? Fear. Different kinds of fears. Fear in different disguise robs us of our peace. Different kinds of fear. Fear of not having enough, fear of not having good health, fear of our relatives not being happy, fear of losing our crop, whatever. It's the fear that gets us all agitated, out of our balance, and we lose it. And then we go around looking for it. Well, all the great traditions then have invented a thing called God. Where we can put our attention. Take our attention away from that, put it here. Then we are told, have trust, have faith. Well, that sounds good. Now, how do I have it? Well, then do these prayers, and there is a bell, and there is an incense, and there is a lamp, there are scriptures, and all these things have been created to keep our attention. Shift our attention from here to here. How do we cultivate trust? How do we cultivate faith? or we just follow, see what the others are doing, and we just do it, and we think we are doing the right thing, and life goes on. If we really try to keep it simple, just when we were chanting Namo Shanti, if that Shanti is so precious, why do we lose it over small things? This is why one of the sayings that is somewhere in the ashram, nothing is worth losing your peace. If I can just remember that, nothing is worth losing my peace. The very moment anything comes to infringe on it, I stop. Even if it's a fear. We have all experienced fear. And we have also experienced coming out of it. Worst of our fears have come true, and we are still sitting here. Looking at this, the worst of our fears have come true, and we are here. Gives us trust. Trust in the process. Trust. Your mind can say, I don't know, I can't trust. Just that we are sitting here in this room right now is enough to strengthen our trust. We came in this world empty-handed, totally vulnerable. Didn't bring our home lifelong supply of food, oxygen, water. We came empty-handed, totally vulnerable. And through either it has been a little tough or it has been easy, doesn't really matter, we are here now. Whatever we have needed, it has been provided in one form or another. Whatever we needed, it came to us. It was provided. That in itself is enough to have trust. I was living with Baba in one of those days in New York City, and my brother, who was older than me and very dear to me, we had many great moments. When I was young, he would take me, we'll go for long walks along the bank of the Ganga and talk about all kinds of philosophy and esoteric thoughts. And he had passed away, young age. At that time he was around 58. And that was the worst fear. I mean, the thought had come, what if anybody in my family passes away? And he couldn't withstand that. That was the fear, living in that kind of fear. But it happened. And these uncontrollable sighs will come out of nowhere. Just start crying. I couldn't even go face Baba because I didn't want to cry in front of him. So he must have heard these sounds. He called me and looked at me and said, "Look at your mind. Jao." That's all he said. He didn't sit there, "Oh, I'm sorry with you." Nothing. He just said, "Look at your mind." Mind was giving these ideas, thinking about all those moments that, oh, I won't be able to have that anymore. Thinking about the things we used to do in a childhood, that my walks with him, my talks with him, and I won't be able to have that anymore. And the truth was, for the last 10 years I had gone to India and never did those things. We were doing something different or not doing it. So our mind plays this trick on us and creates loss of fear, imaginary, and we take it to be so real that we are crippled by it. Having that trust, the best is if you can just have that trust in yourself. Whatever it is, I will live through it. If you don't feel yourself strong enough, then you have to have that trust in the Guru, you have to have that trust in the God, in the Divine Mother, Holy Father, whatever name you have. You have to put that trust here. And putting that trust in something is called faith. That act of putting your trust in something is your faith. How strongly I put it there. I don't put it in a way that it starts rolling down over a little breeze. If I put it there, make sure that it's steady there. In our puja, if you see, we offer the Bermuda grass on the altar. Dubam samarapayami. Dub. Dub is the Bermuda grass. It's so tenacious. You can never kill it. It's dried up, but gets a drop of water and it starts sprouting. Our faith should be like that. Our trust should be like that. Not lose it over small things. The trust is our very own. Having that trust, no matter what, the worst comes out, I will live through it. It'll be fine. The biggest fear is the fear of death. That is the mother of all the fears. And we have no control over it. One who is born is bound, destined, determined, bound to take that last breath. Nobody is spared of that. If it comes, it comes. If I can't do anything about it, then ultimately I have to surrender. Live with that notion. If it comes, it comes. We can either go in peace or we can go fighting, struggling, gripping, clutching onto something. Can we live with that freedom? Can we live that without that fear? If it comes, I know sooner or later it has to come. That moment is here now. Have you ever imagined that moment? In lots of nowadays New Age workshops, actually they put you through the dying process and have you lie down on the floor and make you imagine and write all the letters you have to your loved ones. And have you ever imagined that? That's a process of freeing yourself out of sight, out of mind. We don't want to face it. We don't want to look at it. On the internet, somebody sent me one. You can put your date of birth and it will tell you the exact hour and the minute your last breath will be. I knew that it was kind of hoax, but still you put it in and you see it, it does something unconsciously to your mind. Even part of me knows I'm not believing it, but it's something there. So, how do we overcome that fear so that we could be free? We could enjoy life. We could enjoy the gifts we have. Living with that acceptance, that surrender. I have no control over this. All I can do is try my best to do my exercise and keep my diet and stay away from inflammations. Because the inflammation of any kind is the cause of sickness, illness, be it a mental inflammation or bodily inflammation, agitation. And keep remembering that peace, so I could be saved from that inflammation and agitation of any kind. So we make effort to stay in good health and good mind and good spirit. We make effort, but at the same time know that this is not in my hand. So I can be free. And I can live in that peace without losing it over small things. I don't know how to pray, I don't know how to meditate, I'm not good enough to pray. Whatever mind gives us the thoughts, if I can just only remember the peace in my heart, is not worth losing for it over small things. If anything comes to rob it from us, we stop, look at it. What is it? How real is it? Is it worth giving attention to? Keeping it that simple. When the fear comes, what's going to happen if I don't have food tomorrow? Know that somehow it will be provided. You make effort. It's not like I'm sitting there and food is just going to come in my lap. I'm going to make effort and it's there. Everything that we need is there. We may have to just make a little different kind of effort that we have known or we want to. Everything is there. The only thing is that we may have certain expectation that, this is the only way that I will be happy. I may have to go and rely on my friend for a while. That's okay. But at the same time, not go there and fall asleep. I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful to those who have been there for me in my hard times. And when I have those in my life who are having hard time, may I open my doors. Anyway, so this was my thought today. A penny saved is a penny earned. Keep saving your peace, not lose over small things. And that Shanti is the presence of God. I don't know what God looks like. That's why our scripture says, Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samsthita. O Devi that reside in each heart in the form of Shanti, peace. I bow to you, I bow to you. That Devi, that Goddess, that God, that Divine is very close to us, right in my heart. When I'm peaceful, when I'm content, when I am just in the moment, without any agitation, without any aggravation, that moment is a divine moment in my life. I am in the company of God in that moment. Can you relish it? Can you celebrate it? Can you honor it? So when we were chanting Namo Shanti, can I feel that peace? If I can truly evoke it, it's very real, it's very tangible, it's very much present to us. Otherwise we could just say from here and not let it come from my whole being. That's a whole different story. I bow to that peace, I bow to that simplicity, I bow to that remembrance. And if I forget, I have someone around me who could remind me. I'm very grateful for that too. That I have some friends who could remind me of that. Thank you for listening. I would love to hear what's on your mind and what are you thinking.